All right, everybody. It is 11:30, so it's time to start Angel's Refrigerator. Here we go.
It's time for Andrew's Refrigerator. Send him stuff now, don't wait till later. A picture, drawing, macaroni, James Spader. You can send him the stuff that you drew on Andrew's Refrigerator. He'll show it to his Dutch translator and keep it safe from them alligators. Now he can't get to any of his food.
Oh, right. Hi there, everybody. How you doing? Andrew here. And I have to tell you, it's a very busy time right now. I've got a very big show coming up tomorrow, which you're all invited to. That's right. Tomorrow's my birthday, so you're all invited to Andrew's big online birthday party show auction fundraiser to benefit Centro Infantil de Los Angeles. It's going to be on YouTube and on Facebook, very similar to the place that you are right now watching this show. And I'm going to send out an email today with links and all that. And if you know this, you're probably watching me, and you can text me if you want a link or something like that. So I hope you'll tune in. But I still have a lot of work to do, so I didn't have time to spike my hair, didn't have time to put on the costume, just wearing the Andrew's Big Show t-shirt. So I apologize. And also I had this light. See the light on my face? Has that always been there? I don't know. Showbiz, it's hard. But because we don't have a lot of time, let's jump right in. First thing I want to show off is this painting right here. You may remember this from last week, and it's one of June's paintings. And the reason I'm showing it to you again is because I didn't realize this thing is 5 feet long. That's right, it's 5 feet long and about 2 or 2.5 feet wide. It is really big. And not only that, but it's not made on a very expensive canvas. It's just made on the back of an old piece of furniture that fell apart, like an old bookcase. And that is the canvas that was used to make this piece of art. And I love the fact that it was recycled in order to make the art. And I love how big it is. So that was June's piece from last week. And now it's time to see June's piece from this week, which is also very big. That's right. Look at this thing here. I don't know if you can see it there, but the LOVE with the heart there. It looks fantastic. I love all the shapes. I think maybe it signifies June's love for hiking, because the mountains over here, it's like the heart, the top of the heart kind of looks like a couple mountains, doesn't it? Do you see that? Yeah. Or maybe June's very patriotic because there's lots of red, white, and blue. Maybe she loves that there. Or maybe she loves the triangles, a lot of triangles here and a lot of different shapes. What do you call that shape? It's not a square. It's not a rectangle. It's definitely a polygon because it has many sides. Is it a rhombus? I always get those confused. Or trapezoid? I need to hit the books. So, I'm loving this thing by June here. All right. Oh, we've got Brian Foley there. Hi, Brian. Thanks for tuning in. And hey there, Ray. And June's watching via Ray. So, June, this is a fantastic piece of art. I really like it. And I like where it sits in your living room as well. Quadrilateral. Thank you, Brian Foley. Quadrilateral. Now, Brian, if you can, does that refer to this one and that one and that one? Are these all three quadrilaterals? Because obviously the angles aren't the same. But you know what? This show is about art and about reading, not about math and shapes. So anyway, moving on. We're going to look at the next piece here. Oh, this one here is fantastic. This one is by Mags. Now, I don't know if that's short for Magdalena or Magdaroni or what, but I know I've heard her called Mags, so I'm just going to call her Mags. And this thing here, you know, I'm not sure if it's markers or highlighters, but to me, it has the feeling of stained glass. I've got a friend, Koresh, who makes a lot of great stained glass artwork pieces. You've probably seen stained glass windows in churches and things like this. And now I don't think this is stained glass, but these markers are just jumping off of the page, and it looks almost translucent. Maybe Mags did a great job with the lighting there or something, but those greens and blues and pinks are just really popping, and I just think it looks fantastic. I feel like I'm back in Costa Rica in the rainforest. And speaking of being in a forest, got something else here. Our next piece of work, just so you know, things don't have to be drawings. They don't have to be paintings. You can send me sculptures. You can send me all kinds of artwork, including nice photographs. Here, we've got a nice photograph from Nicole. And look at the way the deer's just looking right at her. I'll bet Nicole had to be really still to take that photo because she don't want to spook that deer. But she got pretty close to it. I'm thinking that's a doe, a deer, a female deer. I'm pretty sure because if it was a buck, it would have had the antlers, right? But it's not a baby deer, a fawnling, because it looks pretty big. So look at that deer there. I wonder where she was. You know, if you look at the details, I feel like maybe she wasn't that deep into nature because I think up at the upper right-hand corner there, I see a building. So even though the foliage, the greens, the trees are very thick, there's a good chance that she wasn't really deep in a forest and perhaps was someplace rather urban when she saw that deer. Because we all know there's plenty of deers in the cities here. Right. Let's see. Man, we're just going through it. It's a good thing we got a lot of stuff to show today. Oh, this next piece here, very excited about because yours truly is kind of in this next piece. All right, what we have here is a piece of art. Still getting used to that. A piece of art by Camrose. And as some of you know, one of my many jobs is to be a clown in the hospital. And we're not in the hospital right now, but we're working on making a TV show for the hospital, me and the other hospital clowns. And it's going to be called HHTV, just like you can see here, HHTV. And I think this is the concept for the logo for HHTV. And HHTV stands for Healthy Humor TV. So at the top there, you can see this is for Brandon and James, Andrew and Isabella. And just so you know, we have clown doctor names too. Brandon's name is Dr. Flochter. Such a great name. James's name is Dr. Schnitzel. My name is Dr. Gigglemore. And Isabella's name is Dr. Meow. Not Dr. Meow. It's Dr. Meow. Important distinction. So, and I looked at the details here. I love these colors. I love the purple at the top, the blues, the yellows, the greens. And I'm not exactly sure who everyone is. I'm pretty sure at the top there we have Dr. Flochter, aka Brendan, because he wears a lot of purple, copious amounts of purple. So I'm pretty sure that's Dr. Flochter right there. Coming lower, blue. I know we all have colors, but I'm not really sure whose color is which. Blue's got a lot of hair, so it's probably Dr. Meow. That's my guess there. And then down lower, those two look a lot alike. So I don't really know who's who, but I have a guess. I'm guessing that the one second from the bottom there by the yellow with the arms raised, I'm guessing that's Dr. Schnitzel, and I'm guessing the seated one is yours truly. And I'm basing that upon the fact that I'm the most tired clown. I sit down a lot. And I think that maybe Camrose knows that. And so Camrose depicted me sitting because I get exhausted. And however, Camrose has never seen me work in the hospital, but there is a very good chance that Dr. Flochter came home one day and was like, man, Dr. Gigglemore really is tired a lot and sits down a lot. So maybe that's it. Although my color is yellow and not green. So maybe I'm the one in the middle and not the one sitting down. Anyway, it's a fantastic logo. I love all the hearts around it. They're like heart balloons signifying the love that's just up in the air. If you can just hold on to it. And I love the HHTV. This is a fantastic work by Camrose. I can't wait to see it on HHTV. Let's see. How are we doing here with time? We're okay. All right. We've got time for a few more here. Luckily, I've got lots of artwork to share today. That's right. This one here is by Young Tony. And look at this. What I like a lot about this is it's multimedia. And what does multimedia mean, you may ask? That's okay. You don't have to type in the comments. I'll just tell you anyway. Multimedia means it's more than one type of artwork combined, or more than one type of material combined. Because in looking at it, and I'm not sure, it looks like we've got a nice piece of maybe construction paper. And on it, it looks to me, it's not really crayon or paint, but I think chalk. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's crayon or paint. But on top of that, I feel like those triangles there are made out of some type of string or straw or other material. It looks very three-dimensional to me. I don't think that's just something drawn on the page. I think that's something attached to the page. And as always, I could be wrong. But and if you can read there at the bottom, there's a whole story that goes along with this piece of artwork here. Now I'm going to read it to you, all right? The story of the great penguin is there was a penguin sent to space and took one look at space and decided to stay. That's right. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I think I read it wrong here. The story of the great penguin is there was a penguin sent to space and took one look at space and decided to stay. Now, I didn't know there were penguins in space, but that is fantastic. It's a great story. And obviously, if you look at those triangles, those geometric shapes with the oranges and the blacks and the whites, it's obviously a penguin there. And you can even see that green little eye there. And then the penguin doesn't have any feet because once you're out in space, you don't need feet, right? What are feet going to do for you in space? You can't paddle along like that. It's not going to help. But look at all those planets. Look at the popping stars. Tony, this is a fantastic piece. I hope we see more from Tony. All right. Well, time really does fly. We've only got time for a few more things. But what I'll do is let's get some books real quick because Magdalena has read this book here. Boom. The World According to Humphrey. That's right. And let's read what it says on the back cover. You can learn a lot about life by observing another species. I say that all the time from South Philly here. And that's what Humphrey was told when he was brought to room 26. And boy, is it true. In addition to his classroom escapades, each weekend the amazing hamster gets to sleep over with a different student. Soon, Humphrey learns to read, write, and even shoot rubber bands, only in self-defense. Humphrey's life would be perfect if only the teacher wasn't out to get him. Wow, that sounds like quite a story. Looks like there's a lot of Humphrey books there too. You can see there's at least 8 Humphrey titles at the bottom. So if you like Humphrey, you're in for a treat. So The World According to Humphrey, which was read by Mags. And what did I get to read this week, you may ask? Well, I finally finished this one here. That's right. Rudyard Kipling's Kim. It took me a while, but I made it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Remember, Rudyard Kipling wrote the book The Jungle Books, which also became the Disney movie, The Jungle Book. They kind of changed a little bit to kind of combine the stories to make a long narrative. Nothing wrong with that. But so I finished this book, very happy. And I started a couple other books. Haven't made it that far. To be honest, one book, I'm still working on the cover. And I know that sounds bad, but it's a hard cover because there's a lot of writing on this cover. Look at that. There's a whole 2 paragraphs or a paragraph and a line on the cover, and it's in Spanish. That's right. I was down in Cartagena, Colombia a couple years ago, and that is where this author is from, I believe, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And so I figured, why not pick up a little book? It's not that thick, really. You know, it's a thick one, but it is in Spanish. And I may do Duolingo every night. And I may have taken 4 years of Spanish in school, and I may have been to 13 different Spanish-speaking countries, but I still don't speak Spanish that well. So I'm doing the best I can. When I get to a word I don't know, I go to the dictionary and look it up, writing down the words I don't know, having a good time. Oh, that's right. He was a Nobel Prize winner in 1982. So it's got to be good. Working on that book. And I'm also working on another book, which I picked up at a yard sale once. It's called Shoes on a Shoestring. Man, I need to learn how to read. Shows on a Shoestring, an easy guide to amateur productions. And now I don't consider myself an amateur. I consider myself a professional performer. But however, when it comes to these productions, they're a little amateur, let's be honest. And it's never too late to learn something new. So I'm sure I'm going to learn a thing or two in this book about how to make my shows better. So I'm very excited about those 2 books. Shows on a Shoestring in English and Los Funerales de la Mama Grande. I think that's the Big Mother's funeral, or the funeral of the Big Mother. That's my rough translation of that. All right, we are out of time this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had it. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live or YouTube. We're going to have a variety of performers from around the world. We're going to have an auction of all kinds of stuff. We're going to raise money for Centro Infantil de Los Angeles, a fantastic daycare center for those in need down in San Miguel de Allende in Mexico, a place I visited back in 2016 with my Clown the World project. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Send me more artwork. Send me more books. Bye-bye.
It's time for Andrew's refrigerator. Send him stuff now, don't wait till later. A picture, drawing, macaroni, James Spader. You can send him the stuff that you drew on Andrew's refrigerator. He'll show it to his Dutch translator and keep it safe from them alligators. Now he can't get to any of his food.
Andrew's refrigerator. Oh, right. Bye-bye.